Imagine a town so small that everyone knows each other's name. A place where life is simple, children play outside until dusk, and neighbors leave their doors unlocked without a second thought. It's the kind of place where nothing bad ever happens. Until one night, something did. Something so terrifying, so unexplainable, that it shattered the very foundation of trust in the community. A crime that would remain unsolved for decades, haunting the town with whispers and fears. This is the cold case that terrified an entire town. Welcome to Grim Casebook, where we uncover chilling mysteries, unsolved murders, and the darkest corners of human nature. If stories like this fascinate you, make sure to like this video, share it with others who love true crime, and subscribe to Grim Casebook. Every week, we bring you cases that remind us that sometimes truth is stranger and scarier than fiction. It began on a quiet evening. Families were winding down, lights flickering off one by one across the small neighborhood. For most, it was an ordinary night, but for one family, that night would become the darkest chapter in their lives. The victim was well known in the community, someone people trusted and respected. They were last seen walking home, carrying on as they always did, but by morning, something was wrong, very wrong. When the sun rose, neighbors noticed an unsettling silence. A window left open that shouldn't have been, a dog barking relentlessly at the empty street, and then nothing. Hours later, the truth emerged, and it spread through the town like wildfire. The victim had been brutally attacked. The details of the crime were horrifying enough to shake even the strongest souls. But the most terrifying part? There was no clear suspect, no obvious motive, no trail to follow. The police launched an immediate investigation. Roadblocks were set up, neighbors were questioned. Every piece of evidence, no matter how small, was collected. But the more they searched, the less sense it made. Witnesses gave conflicting accounts. Some swore they saw a stranger lurking in the area days before. Others insisted it had to be someone local. The theories were endless, but the answers were nowhere to be found. Days turned into weeks, and fear gripped the town. Parents kept their children inside after dark. Friends who once trusted each other now eyed one another with suspicion. Who could have done this? Was it someone passing through? Or was the killer living among them, hiding in plain sight, smiling at neighbors during the day, and harboring a dark secret at night? Rumors swirled like a storm. Some claimed it was a crime of passion. Others whispered about revenge. A few believed it was completely random, the work of a drifter who slipped in and out of town unnoticed. Each theory only added to the paranoia, and soon the town was no longer the safe haven it had once been. The police tried everything, tracking footprints, checking alibis, even bringing in outside experts. But with every lead that turned into a dead end, the case grew colder. Files stacked higher, unanswered questions piled up, and the once bustling investigation room grew silent. For the families of the victim, the silence was unbearable. For the townspeople, it was chilling. And then came the years. People moved on, but they never really forgot. The house where it happened, some said it was cursed. Children dared each other to walk past it at night. Adults avoided the subject altogether, as if not speaking about it would erase the horror. But deep down, the town knew the truth. The crime had left a scar that time could never heal. Generations later, people still whisper about that night. They tell the story in hushed voices, warning newcomers and reminding each other of the danger that once lurked in their safe little town. Some believe the killer was someone who got away. Others think the truth lies buried somewhere in the dusty case files. And a few still fear that the person responsible never left at all, that they lived their entire life in that very community, hiding in plain sight. But here's the most chilling thought of all. What if the killer wasn't a stranger? What if it was someone everyone trusted? Someone who attended church on Sundays, waved to neighbors on weekdays, and lived a perfectly ordinary life? Could the person who brought so much fear to an entire town have blended in so easily that no one suspected them? That's the kind of question that keeps people awake at night, decades after the crime. Cold cases have a way of freezing time. They trap the victim's story in an endless loop of questions and theories, never giving closure to those left behind. For the families, the wound never fully heals. For the community, safety is never truly restored. And for us, the observers, we're left to wonder, how many more secrets lie buried, waiting to be uncovered?
So what really happened on that terrifying night? Was it a random act of violence? Was it planned? Or is the answer so close, so obvious, that we've all been looking in the wrong direction?
Tell me your theories in the comments below. Could the killer have been a stranger who vanished into the night? Or was it someone who smiled at their neighbors every day while hiding a monstrous secret? And if this case chilled you to the bone, don't forget to like this video, share it with other true crime fans, and subscribe to Grim Casebook. Every story we tell here is more than just a mystery. It's a reminder that the darkest truths are often hidden in the places we least expect. Until next time, keep your doors locked and your curiosity alive.